Hey guys, so today I want to take a quick little look here at the Galaxy Mega 6.3 smartphone over here from Samsung and compare it just a quick here a little bit overall with the Galaxy S4 Active here, which is a new smartphone that I do have here. You might see that the display, kind of the colors and everything, looks a little bit different. Well, none of these phones has the regular AMOLED display. This one seems to be having some CS or SC LCD display. When I was checking it out, so it's not as good as the AMOLED display, but it's still not horrible. It's still very good display, especially if you're coming from especially if you're coming from a low-end device or mid-range device. This is a beautiful display for a mid-range device, so that's something else you want to know here, that this is a mid-range device with a dual-core processor, while this one, the Galaxy S4 Active, is kind of like a Galaxy S4, but with a TFT display, which is also a little bit different compared to the Galaxy S4's AMOLED display. Still, as I said, a very gorgeous display here with good color accuracy. But if we would compare it quickly here against the AMOLED display would look better. But both very good looking here. If I have to pick one display that I do prefer here maybe a little bit more, it's probably going to be this high-end TFT display a little bit more here than the display here on the Galaxy Mega, but still, of course, very good display. So how does this one stack up against the how does it stack up against the Galaxy S4, the normal Galaxy S4? Well, first of all, it comes with an 80 megapixel camera instead of a 30 megapixel camera. So you will get some lower and not as good camera there as the camera that you would get on the Samsung Galaxy S4, but it's still a very good camera. It has a new cool Aqua Mode, so might not be something that you were thinking about. This phone is a little bit heavier. It's a little bit thicker, also around 20 to 25 grams heavier than the Samsung Galaxy S4. But the cool thing here is that it's waterproof and dust resistant. So you can see here, pretty cool compared to other waterproof smartphones out there on the market. This one doesn't have a port that you need to close for the headphone jack, but that port itself, it's waterproof on the inside. So extremely cool there. That the only thing you need to take care of before you drop this one in water is first make sure that you close this one at the bottom. Let's see here, just close it properly. And then also really make sure that the back is sealed. They're saying that when you take off this back, I can just show you it so you do this correct yourself. So how you do it, you can see very cool here that you can take off the back on a waterproof smartphone, and you can see it has an interior here. If water would come in, it has some extra protection here on the inside, which I find extremely cool. But you need to take this one on correct. So what you do is you push it down like this first at the top side, and then you want to push below the flash, and you want to push out. And then of course you really just want to make sure here that it's fully sealed. You can see here that it's still open. So just make sure you just double check it. So you can see now you don't hear any sound. I don't see anything weird here that do stick out. So now it's fully sealed, and you just tap a little bit below the flash to make sure everything is in order. And then you just have one final look here. So let's continue on here also. So this phone is probably also going to cost you a little bit more than the Galaxy Mega in terms of price. From what I've seen, it could cost a little bit more. This one also has kind of like a rubber material on the back side. So it has rubber material here at the top side, and then also like a rubber material on the bottom. You can see here that this one's open, but it's still waterproof. And then also it do have this very nice design here, which is like carbon design or something. I find it pretty cool, and I do like the extra weight here to the device. It definitely makes it feel a little bit exclusive, personally, if you do ask me. You can see here also that the buttons are a little bit different because it's going to be waterproof. And then also up here at the top, the button, very cool design and everything. And then you can see here also very cool there. And I don't have any problems here, but it's waterproof, the good stuff. So let's compare it against this one here on the sides. Of course, this one has, of course, the Galaxy S4 design. You can see here on the sides that it do have this fat edge. Of course, this is not a waterproof phone. This one also has like an 8 megapixel camera. And you can see here, same kind of button layout. This is not waterproof, so just remember that. And you have this whole, instead of have that rubber feeling, you have this kind of glossy feeling that you would get kind of on a Samsung Galaxy S4 as well. You can see when you take off the back here, it's a 3200 milliamp battery compared to the 2600 milliamp that you get in the Galaxy S4 Active. So it's a little bit bigger, but I'm still a little bit disappointed. I would like to have a little bit bigger there because this one is way bigger than the Note 2, but it's just a little bit more battery in here. But the cool thing, of course, is that compared to a Galaxy Note 2, this phone definitely feels very good to hold because it's so thin. And it's also heavier, but it doesn't actually feel like that because it's a bigger phone overall. So that is extremely cool. Of course, both these phones are having TouchWiz here, and I can definitely do separate videos when I compare browsers and everything. But if you take a look here quickly, you can see here the things that we do get here on the top side. You do actually get some Galaxy S4 features in the Galaxy Mega, like Smart Stay, Air View. Actually, I think you can activate on this one. Airplane mode, driving mode, let's see, S-Beam, multi-window, screen mirroring. So you get a few more there in this little area. You can also see when we go like this that you have a few more here, which is pretty cool. And then also when we go back down, we can see here how the multitasking area looks like. Something I did notice here, of course, you do get actually more storage here with the Galaxy S4 Active. When I got this device, now I also have a game installed, or a few games, 12 gigabytes available. Let's see how many games I do have installed on that. This is a 16 gigabyte variant also. While you can see I can only find like an 8 gigabyte variant here. I can only find an 8 gigabyte variant of the Galaxy Mega. It could be a 16 gigabyte variant also that's going to be available. But you can see I have a ton of games installed, but I still have 12 gigabytes available on the 16 gigabyte variants. Or not 12 gigabytes available, but I have still 4 gigabytes available, which is pretty nice. Let's see here now when I don't have anything. 7 gigabytes. It's only taking off 7 gigabytes compared to the Galaxy S4, which is taking up around 9 gigabytes. So you get around 2 gigabytes extra there. What you can see here, you only have a few gigabytes, or almost like 1 gigabyte available on the Galaxy Mega. Okay, I have one game installed. Let's go and uninstall that. And let's have a final look. Okay, there we go. Okay, so you do get around 4 gigabytes available on the 8 gigabyte variants, where we get around twice here, but then of course this is the 16 gigabyte variant, but it definitely will make a difference here. Yeah, it will make a difference. So we do have the same kind of browser, TouchWiz browser. Something I can tell you about the Galaxy S4 Active, of course, you don't get the S Health app here inside of the Galaxy Mega, but you do get it here inside of the Galaxy S4 Active. So S Health app, this health app from Samsung, something that you do get here in the Galaxy Mega. So actually it's kind of funny how you get some of the S4 features here in toggles over here, but you don't get them here on the Active. Or actually you might get that if you go into settings area and tweak it a little bit. You can also see that we get this kind of cool chrome look here down at the bottom on the Galaxy Mega. Something that sucks with the Galaxy Mega, of course, is that it's just a Mega phone, but it doesn't come with those cool S Pen functionalities that Samsung bring in their Note series. I definitely look forward to the next Galaxy Note 3 that the rumors right now are saying 4th of September, and that it might even have a 5.7-inch display instead of 5.9-inch display. I did read an article about that today, which I did find pretty cool and interesting. Of course, you do have just your normal pages here. Pretty fun and interesting to know here that the GPU is a little bit lower here. I don't know, 305 I think on the Galaxy Mega, and then also dual core processor here, where you get the same kind of awesome experience that you would get inside of an S4 here. I don't know, 320, and then also a quad core processor clocking up at 9 GHz. And yes, the phone is getting still a little bit warm here, but it could actually be a little bit better maybe than the Galaxy S4, but I definitely think that it would be nice if that got totally fixed. Then we also do have some features here that I have found, I'm pretty sure, here on the Active. I mean, we did have that Aqua Mode, it's a little bit special here to this device. Then I did also find a cool thing here, I think. So you do have a feature inside of here called Torchlight, which basically means that when you close or turn it off, and I want to have like lights, let's see here. There we go, you can have like a torch, and that's a feature that's built in. So pretty cool if you're outside or something, or the display's off and you need a torch. I think it's pretty cool. Just a feature there that they're built in to the device itself. I definitely see it in here that it feels like the Tft display here is a little bit better here in terms of colors than the LCD display here, but I might be wrong. I might be wrong, but both are pretty good displays here, but not as good, of course, as the AMOLED display. In future videos, I can definitely do some gaming comparisons between the Adreno 3 and 5 here that you do get on this bad boy. And also, if you have any specific questions about these two devices, and never forget here that this is a mid-range device. And this is only mostly for those people that want to have a massive phone. Most of the times when you will use this phone, of course, you are going to use it with two hands. You're going to type like this, you're going to do everything like this. While of course with this one that has the same size as the Galaxy S4, you mostly probably will use one hand, or if you do like it, you can of course write with two hands, just like this. So quickly have a look here, tell me in the comment section down below what you want to see, and hopefully you enjoy this video a little bit. Yeah, peace out.